So, episode 2 of Lucifer. Um, it's about the same caliber. Nothing. Yeah, it's about the same. So it starts off, uh, Mommy Dearest made it back to Lucifer at the end of the last episode. So then they go through the whole rigmarole of how did you get here and all this other stuff, and she's informs him that, oh, well, I've been hopping around body to body trying to find you, and, dead bodies, by the way. Finally, she finds one. She takes a fucking screwdriver out of the back of her neck. It heals. She finds him, and sorry, my eyes bugging me. But yeah. So then he doesn't believe her, so they go back to the hotel, find a dead body. Lucifer then bugs the shit out of the detective, saying, "Oh wait, actually, um, before Lucifer goes to the station and talks to the detective, um, he leaves Mommy Dearest with Maze, who right off the bat acts all tough and wants to punch her because I guess that's what they're going for. Um, so Maze watches her. Lucifer goes to the station, bugs the detective a lot about any recent murders, and so many times during the episode he says stuff that is very specific about the murder, and somehow the detective never catches on. Like, he says, oh, the murder weapon is a screwdriver because he saw the screwdriver because the mom had it with her. And then he blatantly steals like a thing of coke from the table, and yet still no one finds out about that. And he just, sometimes he's so involved in the cases, like he knows a lot about it because he knows what's going on, and yet somehow the detective still has that idiotic ignorance towards it. Like, if I had a partner who was saying this is the murder weapon and then it's like that's the murder weapon, I would be like, how did you know? And then when he says, oh, well, I'm just charming, like, no, 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 stop it. How did you know? Um, so yeah. So then Maze was talking to the mother the whole time, and the mother's chained up. And so Maze talks to the mom, saying, I'm going to break you, I've been torturing you, I'll break you and find out what happened, and why you did nothing when Lucifer was cast down. And she says, I've never found a weakness, but maybe here, since you're a human body, I can now do it. And she mentions something, I don't remember, but the mom starts tearing up, and then all of a sudden Maze says, oh, look, I found a weakness, and the mom headbutts her, and apparently knocks her out. Which doesn't make sense, because then she keeps going on about, if I die in this body, I'll go to the next one. If you have enough power to knock out a demon, how do you not... That makes no sense. Like, she just straight headbutts her, and Maze is conked out. That makes no sense. Like, I could headbutt Maze, being a 400-pound man, and my head's gonna be fucking hurting. Or I'll die because I try to headbutt her. But yeah, so then she escapes, because she has a credit card now, too. Because the lady who she took over was a lawyer, and there's a whole case going on. It's dumb. Oh, and then the detective is also facing a crisis with her daughter. Her daughter destroys a doll because she wants a more expensive doll. And Lucifer buys the daughter the doll, but the mom didn't want her to because the mom's trying to teach her, you can't have everything you want, all that, the generic lesson. And Lucifer keeps going on and about abandoning your child, and, like, digging into this woman who is a fine mother. Like, digging into her, saying you're abandoning your child, you're a mean mom, all this other stuff, and it's like, what gives you the right? And finally the detective tells him, like, dude, I don't know what you went through, but you gotta stop it. Like, that was just so ridiculous. Like, oh, you're a terrible mom, you're neglecting your child, you're abandoning her. It's like, dude, you are really pushing that. You need to relax. But I mean, it can't be the show Lucifer without him being a little punk ass dickhead who complains about everything, because he is the center of the show. I mean, it is called Lucifer, for God's sakes. But God, he is a terrible center of the show. He's like the basic show is like a truffle. No, not a truffle. Just like a piece of candy that has an outside shell and then an inside. The outside show is all the supporting actors, supporting characters, the plot, and all the other stuff. In the center, the nougaty, marshmallowy, whatever center you want, is Lucifer. But what you need to do is take the shell and make it as generically made and boring as possible, with no flavor, and then take the center and rot it by about 30 years and put a few gooified maggots in there, and that's about what you get with this show. So yeah. Also, the blonde lady, the psychiatrist that Lucifer sees, she shows up because Amenadiel is researching what's going on with him because he's losing his powers, and she talks to him angrily and says, "We were friends. You betrayed my trust," and all this stuff. It's like, you knew him for a couple weeks, something like that, and she acts like they've been best friends for even months, but it's so she acts all offended and hurt, and so, oh, you need to look into this, and then she lectures him about karma, and he takes it to heart, and he then apologizes. "I'm so sorry. I did think of you as a friend," and she, apology accepted. And now apparently Amenadiel's wings are molting, because they showed him releasing his wings, and they're very decayed looking, and they've lost about half their plume. So that's also going on. And then at the very end of it, Lucifer finally says, why, he asks the big question, why did you abandon me when Dad sent me down to hell? And so she sits there and says, well, I saved you. And this is the part I love, because I swear to God, every show uses this type of scenario. She says, I saved you because after the uprising, your father wanted to kill you, so I sent you to hell to save you. That's it. Just saved you so you didn't die. That's it. Nothing special, no in-depth, like, oh, well, I did it because of this and this and this. And she even finds out, like, oh, this is the other thing that kills me. During the maze scene, Maze, okay, again, here's another difference between Maze here and the Maze in the comics. Maze in the comics, if Lucifer says, I have a deal with God, that this is happening, she's not going to just wildly mention it to the person that is a big part of that contract. Such as in the show, at the end of this last season, Lucifer makes a deal with God. If God brings him back to life, and doesn't send him back to hell, he then has to hunt down his mother and bring her back to hell. Maze tells the mom. Oh, and that's what sets her off, and that's why she headbutts her. So yeah, Maze let that slip. So another thing, like, oh yeah, you're a major part of him being alive, so let's inform that to you, and then get knocked out by a simple fucking headbutt from someone who can't heal but apparently has enough power to knock a demon out. Cool. Oh, and of course the actress they got to play her is a very fine looking woman, but of course they had to get an attractive woman because, everyone has to be attractive in this show. There are no average looking people. I mean, for Christ's sakes, even the kid is adorable. Like, you couldn't just even have a standard looking kid. But no, everyone is. But yeah, so that's just another annoying thing. This show is just dumb. Like, there's the whole motto, like, sex sells, and I swear to God, this show takes that to heart. Like, everyone is so incredibly, weirdly attractive. Like, it's just, what is happening? Like, why is it such a notion nowadays that all evil and great things are absolutely beautiful? It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it makes no sense. But yeah. So yeah, that's happening. So, there's that.